Chụp rệp số bong ôn prosray mình mía look yay look da. Greeting everyone, friends and family out there. So this is going to be my very first video on Korean archery. ខ្ញុំធ្វើ video នេះខ្ញុំចង់រៀនបាញ់ព្រួយនិងធ្នូហើយខ្ញុំចង់រៀនពីវត្តសាស្ត្រដែលពួកអង្គរយើងប្រើព្រួយធ្នូរបៀបម៉េច My archery journey evolves around my curiosity around how we as ancient and Koreans, the ancient Khmer people, conducted everyday life with a bow and an arrow, whether it's through hunting, defense, or even militarily. To start with here is the bow selection. It's called traditional recurve. Mapi Turkey, Turkey. This is a Turkish bow. The anatomy of it is maybe that I can go into that in some future videos. But the reason why I like to use this type of bow is preferential. I like it because it's ambidextrous, it's short, compact, and it's intended for mounted archery off whether it's a horse, a mule, a donkey, or elephant, water buffalo, or a camel, whatever have you, but intended for mounted archery, and you could shoot it right-handed or left-handed. I just did that reverse, but on the camera it might look right. ខ្ញុំជួយព្រួយធ្នូរបៀបនេះមកពីធ្នូរបៀបនេះយើងអាចបាញ់ខាងដៃខាងឆ្វេងក៏បានដៃខាងស្ដាំក៏បានហើយវីដេអូទៅអនាគតទៀតខ្ញុំអាច cover ព្រួយធ្នូរបៀបខុសគ្នាក៏ប៉ុន្តែថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំ cover ព្រួយធ្នូនេះជាធ្នូ Turkey មកពី Turkey ហៅថា Turkish bow ហើយខ្ញុំនឹងនិយាយពីរឿងរបៀបខ្ញុំបាញ់របៀបម៉េច technique ខុសគ្នា First ខ្ញុំនឹងដាក់ខ្សែទាញមក string the bow. So first I'm going to string this bow. The bow should remain unstrung unless it needs to be used. Only because if you leave it strung the entire time, it will weaken the bow and potentially damage it. And I've done that before. I left it in my car for a couple hours in the hot sun and it warped and the bow is broken. So stringing it. There are different techniques. String cocknear. Slightly young. So there are different techniques. The way I do it is between the leg. And we can go through this in future videos as far as how to string a bow. But I'm pretty sure if you search YouTube, there are plenty of videos out there on how to string your bow. So this is what the bow looks like after it is strung. Ni chia thnu mau pi Turkey, sapot Turkey. So ថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំបាញ់កូនកែវនេះពីប្រហែលជា10 yard 10 meter 10 ម៉ែត្រ So to start with, I'm going to shoot at that cup. That's my target. That will be my target for today's video. And I'm about 10 yards out. Now, I recommend when you're first starting to learn to shoot the bow, start close. I call it bottom-up learning. Very much like when you first learn how to walk and run. You first start off with baby steps and then walk effectively and then learn to move faster and then run effectively. So I would start off at about 3 yards out and be proficient at 3 yards and then move back to 5, move back to 10, 20, 30, and so on and so on. My effective range is roughly about 30 yards. ខ្ញុំบอกខ្ញុំថាបើថារៀនបាញ់ធ្នូពីមុនដំបូងរៀនបាញ់ចិត្តពីកន្លែងចិត្តសិនយើងបាញ់ចិត្តឲ្យត្រង់ល្អហើយយើងថយមកឲ្យឆ្ងាយម្ដងតិចដូចយើងរៀនដើរអញ្ចឹងមុនដំបូងដើរដួលទៅដល់ពេលយើងរៀនដើរយូរទៅយើងអាចដើរលឿនហើយយើងអាចរត់លឿន So ម្ល៉េះហើយចាប់ផ្ដើមរៀនមកដំបូងរៀននៅចិត្ត target បាញ់ពីចិត្តហើយជា3ម៉ែត្រ5ម៉ែត្រទេទៅហើយដល់ពេលយើងបាញ់3ម៉ែត្រ5ម៉ែត្រត្រង់ទៅយើងថយមក10ម៉ែត្រ5 10ម៉ែត្រ20ម៉ែត្រ30ម៉ែត្រទៅអញ្ចឹងណា Now as far as different ways of drawing the bow, the two most common ones are there are different names for it. You can call it 3-finger draw, split finger, Mediterranean. I believe it might be called Slavic draw also. I'm not 100% on all these names, but you use 3 fingers, you split them. This is also the Olympic draw. That's how they draw in the Olympics. So the bow will be knocked on the left-hand side. The arrow, rather, will be placed on the left-hand side of the arrow. The arrow will be placed on the left-hand side of the bow. You notice on these type of bow, there is no arrow shelf. The more modern, different types of bow may have the arrow shelf. So ini lebih ke bany Olympic, puk Mediterranean draw or Western draw, puk perang, puk Arab, bany lebih ni. ព្រួយនៅខាងឆ្វេងធ្នូហើយប្រើម្រាម3ម្រាមច្អោលនៅពីលើម្រាម2នៅពីក្រោមទាញចេះហើយទាញទៅបាញ់ So that is the Mediterranean draw or Olympic draw, whatever you want to call it, 3-finger draw. Okay, arrow on the left side, index finger on top, 2 fingers in the bottom, and you draw as such. Personally, I prefer the thumb draw, so using my thumb to draw on the string to launch the arrow. ខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តប្រើម្រាមដៃខាងស្ដាំហើយព្រួញនៅខាងស្ដាំធ្នូបាញ់នៅខាងនេះនៅលើម្រាមដៃ So this is the thumb draw, Eastern draw, and the reason why it's called Eastern, a lot of the Eastern countries, back in the day, this is their preferred method. This is very effective, especially for mounted archery. You can, while you're riding on a horse, you can just take an arrow out of the, what do you call these things? What do you call these things again? Damn. Yeah, that thing. And I prefer the thumb method is because, well, personally, I feel like I'm more effective that way. So there isn't a wrong way to shoot. You got to figure out which way you like to shoot. And at the end of the day, if the arrow lands on the target, you're doing it right. My preferred method, however, is the thumb draw. ខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តប្រើម្រាមដៃរបៀបបាញ់ម្រាមដៃ The way you shoot the thumb draw is after you knock the arrow on the right side of the bow, ដាក់ព្រួញនៅខាងស្ដាំធ្នូហើយដាក់អានេះចូលខ្សែម្រាមដៃ cross ទៅខាងនោះ So after you knock the arrow onto the bow on the right side, the thumb goes across of the string like this, and then I put my index finger over it, and then my middle finger behind the thumb. So kind of like push pull to stabilize it. And these 2 fingers are just kind of like there to rest.
Why do I find myself aroused?
And then draw. And let it loose. ទាញហើយដូចយើងទាញដល់ពេលយើងកំពុងទាញប្រឡែងទៅដើម្បីឲ្យអាធ្នូនឹងវាចេញទៅលឿន So I release on the expansion. As I'm expanding, I'm aiming while I'm drawing the bow back, and as soon as I feel like the arrow is drawn to its max distance for max speed, I let go. So earlier I didn't mention that this bow is a 37-pound draw bow, meaning that the pressure and resistance of drawing the bow is roughly at about 37 pounds. Now, that's kind of tricky because just because you are strong and you can lift 1,200 pounds, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to be drawing a 250-pound bow or a 50-pound bow even. So start with a lower poundage bow and train yourself up, because you do need to build resistance, because putting your thumb on it and drawing, it does hurt. So you do need to build resistance to the sensory here, building calluses on your sensory here, so that way you don't actually feel the pain. And there is thumb rings and thumb guard, which at some point throughout this video I'm probably gonna have to put it on, because it will start to hurt even though this is only a 37-pound bow. And then I can talk about the reasons and rhymes for all, the different poundage maybe in some future video, but today disclosure is that this is a 37-pound draw bow. ខ្ញុំចង់ប្រាប់បងប្អូនថាបូនេះព្រួយធ្នូនេះពេលទាញមកកម្លាំងវាប្រហែលជា37 pound ប្រហែលជា20 គីឡូពេលដូចជាកម្លាំងទាញណា Okay, so ក៏ប៉ុន្តែព្រោះតែយើងខ្លាំងមិនមែនន័យថាយើងអាចទាញធ្នូដែលធ្ងន់បានទេ ព្រោះអីពេលទាញទៅឈឺដៃមកឈឺម្រាមដៃ so ឡើយហើយយើងត្រូវរៀនឲ្យកើនកម្លាំងសិនបានយើងអាចឡើងកម្លាំងធ្នូថែមទៅទៀត Train just passed by. I'm going to pause the video for a bit. There's also my friend over there working on building stuff, so you'll hear some natural noises, but that's all part of the beauty. But for now, I'm just going to shoot some more. Okay, it's starting to hurt now, so I'm going to put on my thumb pad. And the thumb protection I have is made from leather. There are different types out there. Some are made from bones, copper, iron, some sort of metal or what have you, even stones. But for this, I'm just going to use the leather. So it goes on just like this to protect the thumb. And also, if you like the video, you feel like hitting the like button, do it. If you don't feel like doing it, you ain't gotta do it. But បងប្អូនចង់ចុច like ដាក់ like, subscribe and follow តាមចិត្តបើមានចិត្តសលាយ If you feel like following, follow. If you find the content useful, follow. This is my very first video, so feel free to comment of what you want to see in future videos, and also what you like and you don't like in this particular video. I'm open to suggestion and learning. This is my very first video. I really have no idea of what to put out there. So meanwhile, I'm going to continue to shoot. ខ្ញុំមកដឹងថាបងប្អូនចង់ឃើញរបៀបអីទេបើថាចង់ comment ប្រាប់ថាវីដេអូតអនាគតបងប្អូនចង់ឃើញវីដេអូរបៀបម៉េចសូម comment ឥឡូវខ្ញុំបាញ់ថែមទៀត reload time. Let's see how I did from 10 yards. So the target is the cup, and these were the arrows landed. ខ្ញុំបាញ់កែវនេះកែវกระดาษនេះព្រមតែព្រោះខ្ញុំបាញ់អត់ចំអន់ពេក Also, I want to remind everyone that when you're practicing, whether it's at a facility, at home, always exercise safety precaution. បងប្អូនពេលបាញ់រៀនបាញ់សូមគិតពីរឿងគ្រោះថ្នាក់ make sure មានកន្លែងនិយាយចង់និយាយថាម៉េចថាពេលបាញ់ព្រួញទៅកុំឲ្យធ្លុះទៅចំបងប្អូនផ្សេងទៀតណា so exercise precaution when you're practicing, obviously, to make sure safety is always at the top of priority. Make sure you have a proper backstop. So I'm going to go some more. Again, this is roughly about 10 yards.
Oh, hey, Tina. Looking for love. No, no. She's my little girl. She's so glad she's telling all the world. Yeah, my baby buys me diamond rings. She tells me these kind of things. You know she said so. She's in love with me. I'm feeling fine. How do I know these songs?
So បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នានេះពួកម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំ Ryan, friends and family, this is my buddy Ryan. Give him a follow. We're all starting our account. Modern Anchorian is his page. Check him out. He posts all this stuff about Anchorian stuff, modern and ancient. I do mainly ancient. ខ្ញុំ post video បាញ់ធ្នូបុរាណពួកម៉ាក់ខ្ញុំ ឥឡូវ compete នៅណាបាញ់កែវនឹងត្រូវ now we can have a little bit of competition between myself and my buddy here to see who can hit the cup, as many cup as possible of all the arrows that we have.
This is a sensei here.
I don't know about all that, but we all learning from each other. How they say? Iron sharpen iron. ដែកធ្វើឲ្យដែកមុត យើងរៀនពីគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមក That went through.
Yeah, that went through completely. Oh, shit.
That's one for Sensei. Don't forget to comment on what else you guys want to see on future videos. បងប្អូនអរគ្នាសូមចូល comment ថាចង់អនាគតចង់ឃើញ video អ្វីថែមទៀត មានសំណួរអី questions, more than welcome, even critique, because I'm still learning. This is just my journey. I don't know, I'm not teaching, I'm just sharing my journey of what archery means to me. That's 2 for Sensei. That went through all again.
feel like I'm following you. But that has a target itself. There you
There
go.
you
One,
go.
finally one. Come on.
Did I not record the whole time?
That happens.
Oh shit. So that wraps up the session for today. Comment of what you want to see in the next video. Suggestion, questions, or what have you. បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាសូម comment បើថាមានសំណួរអ្វីឬក៏ video តអនាគតបងប្អូនចង់ឃើញ video របៀបម៉េចសូម comment below និយាយខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើតាមព្រោះអីខ្ញុំមកនេះចង់ដឹងទាំងអស់គ្នាចង់ដឹងទាំងអស់ខ្ញុំចង់រៀន I'm here to learn. This is my archery journey. I'm not here to teach. I'm not a pro. I'm not an expert. I'm here to. It's a journey for me to uncover and learn the way of archery and what it does for us. So feel free to comment below and also suggestions what you want to see on future videos and stuff like that. Peace for now. I'll see you on the next one.